Pollution is 16%. 76% of the emission of the greenhouse gases comes through CO2, and 43% of CO2 is released because of energy sector. This data is important because only with this data we will understand why we want to conserve electricity, why we should go for energy efficiency. My dear children, listen carefully. Our ancestors have kept enough resources for us and we are having a good quality and a good health. But unfortunately, I would say myself and your parents are exhausting the energy resources with greed, and your future will be in dark. Your future, your children's future is going to be a concern. Therefore, this event is very important for the children. Mahatma Gandhi said, "World has enough for man's need, but not for man's greed." It is very important today we think of energy conservation and energy efficiency. Now, energy conservation and energy efficiency are two different concepts. Energy conservation is reducing or eliminating the use of energy or reducing the wastage or going without a service to conserve electricity. Like instead of using 4 lights, we put off 2 lights. Or we use natural light instead of putting on the lights. Whereas energy efficiency is a different concept. There are different equipment, home appliances, many products which come with better efficiency. In the sense, they give the same result, the same output. If you take a bulb or a tube light, it will give the same lumens per wattage. But the consumption of energy is much, much lower. And this is what we all have to understand. Either you conserve energy or use the best products so that we save energy. So that we save the Mother Earth, nature. So that we have a better life on this planet. We can take care of the entire universe. We fail to understand birds surround us, insects surround us, animals. They all have a purpose. And today we are degrading with pollutions. We are trying to pollute the entire ecosystem. We need to take care of this ecosystem if we want to have a human existence. Therefore, it's very important that we conserve energy. As I said, 76% of the greenhouse emission is carbon dioxide. And 43% come from electricity sector. The world, our country is becoming hotter day by day. In the last 2 decades, the temperature rose to 0.5 degrees Celsius. And if we continue like this, in the next 2 decades, it will increase by another 1.5 degrees Celsius. It is a concern. There will be a rise in the sea level. Glaciers are melting. Storms are coming. We have witnessed in the last few years, which our ancestors also did not witness. We can witness the storms, the cyclones, various diseases. Rise in sea level. So many things are happening. We have seen how important oxygen is important during COVID. We were fighting for oxygen and many people lost their lives as they did not have oxygen. And just remember, if you pollute the environment, how we are going to breathe and from where we are going to get this oxygen. So we all have to understand it's not just a celebration of one day, as many of the people say. We come, we clap, we listen, and we go. But we don't apply. Our actions will decide our fate. If we don't act today, we will not be able to do anything. Remember, oil, coal, gas takes thousands of years to get replenished. It cannot be replenished easily. So we are not left with any of the fossil fuels. So it is very important that we go for alternate energy. We start generating solar energy. 1 kilowatt produces 1,500 of units in Goa. If we can save 100 units of electricity, you will prevent 79 kgs of carbon dioxide which is released in the atmosphere, which requires 3 trees to consume that carbon dioxide to convert to oxygen in a year. So what we all need to do, we need to understand what our carbon footprint, how much we consume. Only when we know how much we consume, which are the areas we can reduce or bring down the wastages, then only we'll be able to do something. So let us do energy accounting and energy audit. Now energy accounting is just a mathematics. What is the input, what is the output, and what are the wastages. But energy audit is a more systematic approach, more meaningful way of doing it, understanding where exactly which element, which equipment is consuming how much units and how we can bring down the units, how we can replace certain appliances, products so that more efficient products and appliances can be used to save energy. And we make a cost-benefit analysis so that economic viable proposal can be executed, commissioned, and bring down these losses and conserve electricity. A simple example, we can go for different stars, like as BE, come with different stars, star 1, star 2, star 3, star 4, star 5. Meaning is very simple. Instead of using 3-star AC, if you use 5-star AC, you will save almost 630 to 650 units per year. Huge savings. And if you multiply with the tariff, which is every year increases, tariff will never come down. It will keep increasing. There are labels and standards which BE comes with. There are BLDC fans which are using less than 50% of the energy. There are the more efficient geysers. There are more efficient refrigerators. This labels tells us exactly what are the unit consumption in a year, so that we can make informed choices, informed decisions, and go for the best products. So my request to the children to get this awareness in your homes, because we are dependent on you. We tried doing this type of program at higher level, but Government of India thought it is more productive, more successful if we try to create these kinds of events and celebration in school, in the young minds of children who can inculcate these habits and bring behavioral change. The future is with you. Understand how important it is to conserve. Many a times we don't act. We have full knowledge. Sometimes we say knowledge is power, but I would say putting knowledge in use, in actions is power. Just having knowledge is of no use. Everybody knows if you put an AC at 26 degrees Celsius instead of 18 degrees Celsius, it will give 20% of the savings. All the engineers knows if the voltage is improved, the current reduces and the losses, which are I square R, can be brought down. I will not go in technical. There are a lot of technicals also by which we can bring down the losses. For school children, the future is with you. You need to be concerned. All our parents tries to keep fixed deposits, land, money that is of no use. If we cannot have a good environment, if we try to pollute the environment, we will not be able to have good life. So understand how important it is. Let us save our planet. Let's make this place a better place to live. Help the universe so that our ecosystem is protected. And at last, I can say, we need nature. Nature doesn't need us. Let us take care of nature. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We now begin with the prize distribution ceremonies. 17 industries and establishments were given targets for reduction in specific energy consumption. The data submitted by them was analyzed, and the top 3 industries who overachieved the targets set and made significant contribution towards energy conservation and efficiency were selected. I now announce the corporate winners for best practices in energy conservation and efficiency and request the winners to please come forward to receive your trophies. May I now request Honorable Minister for Environment, Mr. Alex Siqueira, sir, to please present the prizes to our winners. The prize winner in Best Practices in Energy Conservation and Efficiency is Vedanta Limited for Iron and Steel Industry. On the sidelines, thank you, sirs. On the sidelines of National Conservation Week celebration, State-level Energy Conservation Week, State-level Painting Competition and State-level Poster Designing Competition was conducted by the State-designated agency, Electricity Department Goa, for students in collaboration with Goa Science Centre, Miramar. I am announcing the winners for the State-level Energy Conservation Quiz, requesting the students and teachers to please come up on stage as their names are called, and please collect your prizes quickly. Consolation prize for the state level Energy Conservation Quiz with a cash prize of ₹1,000 goes to GS Amonkar Vidya Mandir Mapsa to please come forth and collect the winner trophy on behalf of GS Amonkar Vidya Mandir Mapsa. Not present, I request the teacher to quickly come up on stage and receive the gift.
Chief Engineer, Power Department, Engineer Stephen Fernandez, Superintendent Engineers Samant, Engineer Hede, Executive Engineer Naik, representatives of industries, engineers, teachers, government officials, representative of media, and my dear student friends. I stand before you on behalf of the Power Minister, Shri Sudhin Dhawadekar, who due to certain circumstances could not be present here today. I'm happy to be here because in the years gone by I was the Power Minister. Today I am the Environment Minister, and I personally feel the purpose or the spirit behind today's gathering is energy saving. And therefore I believe between the Department of Environment and the Department of Power on this subject, there isn't much of a difference. Both these departments should go hand in hand. For, you may ask me why. Because the spirit behind today's function is to improve the environment. You may ask me, what do I mean by that? The spirit behind today's function is primarily to inculcate in you all a habit to save energy. And by saving energy, you are saving fossil fuels, which today is the main source for power generation in our country, India. It is the endeavour of our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, to take care of the environment. This subject is a subject which is dear to his heart, and to fulfill his wishes and his dream, our Chief Minister, Dr. Pramod Samant, has taken it upon him to ensure that we strive to achieve the goals set out by the Prime Minister of India. It is a fact that the best ambassadors to achieve this goal are you, my dear student friends. And you may ask me why. Because I believe as a father that my children, if they are committed, they have that perseverance and they push me as a parent to do what they have been taught in school. I will give you all simple examples. Our chief engineer has spoken about gadgets, like a 5-star AC or 3-star AC, how much power you're going to save. But I'm going to tell you what you students can do. Your contribution could be in small things, believe me, small things. When it comes to ACs and all those type of things, you are at the mercy of your parents to purchase those gadgets. Sometimes it could be financially difficult for them. But what can you do? I believe that when you and I brush our teeth, from the time we start to the time we end, we allow that tap to flow. Don't forget, you are wasting water. I would therefore request you, put on the tap as and when you require. Don't waste water. Make it a habit. Trust me, initially it may escape your mind. But I'm sure at some point of time you might remember that old man Alice Sikwara told us, save water. Make an effort to save water. Coming to electricity. Many a times we move out of our room and we keep that light burning. There was a survey conducted in Japan in the years gone by, and it was found that, you see, I'm going to give you a simple example of a TV or a computer. We put off that computer, the gadget, but we keep that power switch on. They conducted a study and they came to the conclusion that if the switch was put off, to be a little more explicit, I will tell you what I mean by what I'm saying. When you put off the TV, the red light still continues and the switch is on. If you put off that switch, the red light goes. I believe I keep that red light on more out of laziness. You are young. Don't be lazy. Don't follow my footsteps. It was found in this study that if for 10 days this switch was put off, Japan could provide 1 day's power consumption without any additional generation of power. Small things. I've got gentlemen seated here, eminent industrialists. I'm sure some of you all will agree with me. When we shave, we allow the tap to flow. Water is also going to be an issue in the future. To pump that water, we require electricity. Fossil fuels are being burnt. What are we doing? We are damaging our environment. I believe you, my dear student friends, as I said, are the best ambassadors to carry this message around. Tell your friends, tell your parents, tell your relations. If you find them being slightly slack, bring it to their attention. Don't fight with them. Bring it to their attention. I'm sure if you try and attract the attention of 10 people, at least one person will listen to you. Trust me, that one person is an achievement. And trust me, what do we achieve at the end of the day? A better world for you and I to live in. You are the future, you are the leaders of tomorrow. Therefore, take it upon yourselves to try and preserve as much energy, try and preserve this planet of ours, Earth, to the best possible means, to the best possible heights. For as I said, it is for your future of your children, future of generations to come. So let us all take it upon ourselves, strive to ensure as little power consumption as possible to make this place a better place to live in. I thank our Chief Engineer for giving me the privilege of being in your midst today, and hope I have not bored you all, students of today, leaders of tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. On this occasion of National Energy Conservation Day, State Designated Agency Goa Electricity Department has curated some entertainment events for a lovely audience. May I now request Executive Engineer Rajiv Naik sir to please escort the Chief Guest and other dignitaries to join us in the audience while we begin with the cultural events.